Hi and welcome to Love Doing Yoga on this Monday evening. Hope you had a lovely weekend. Looking forward to a nice week ahead. Hope you didn't get blown away with that storm over the weekend. Our theme today is ease. So let us fill ourselves with calmness and ease throughout the next hour and hopefully feel very chilled and refreshed at the end of it. As always, throughout the practice, listen to your body and only do what feels right for you today. So we shall begin our practice today lying down. Letting the legs come out long and the arms down by your side. Just making yourself nice and comfortable on your mat. Letting go of your day and everything that's going on in your world. And just bringing yourself to your mat. Slowing everything down. Let's just tune into our senses. Our sense of smell. Conjure up in your mind your favorite scent. And inhale it, allowing it to fill your body. Each breath just dispersing the scent throughout your body. And then let that attention go to the back of your eyelids. Notice what's presented there to you. The colors, shapes, movement. Stay with it. Let it just play itself out for you. Notice the feel of the mat beneath you. All of your connection points with the mat. Noticing the temperature of your skin, the texture of your clothes. And then begin to tune into all the sounds around you. Letting them fill you, drift through you. And through all those sounds, single out the sound of yourself breathing. Bringing it to the fore. And then beginning to direct your breath. Inhaling through your nose, filling your belly, pause, and then exhaling through your nose. And let's practice our victorious breath, our UAG breath. It's the breath where you can really hear the sound of your exhale.
Sometimes it helps if you just imagine that you're breathing through a little hole at the base of your throat. So you slightly close it over and listen to that sound like the ocean or a baby snoring. Taking comfort and ease from the sound of your exhale. One more breath here like this. And then when you're ready, bending your knees and hugging those knees into your chest, taking a little sway from side to side. And coming to stillness, circling those ankles. First in one direction and then take it in the opposite direction. And coming to stillness again, let the arms come down by your side, reaching the legs up. Let's just begin to cycle those legs, just waking them up, starting to get a little bit of warmth into them. As we keep this going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming to stillness, raise the legs up again, and this time crisscrossing them. And if you want, you can crisscross them and let them lower down towards the mat and draw them back up again, noticing it just wakes up the core when you do that. A great little core exercise. And keeping that going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hugging the knees into the chest once again. And then letting those feet come down onto the mat, rolling over onto your side, coming all the way up to sit in your staff pose. So as we sit here, feet are flexed, toes pointing up to the ceiling, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. Equal weight on both seat bones. Let the hands come down either side of your hips. Engage the core here and find that length and space in the spine. So you're sitting up as tall as you possibly can. Let's take 3 breaths here. As you inhale, lengthen the spine, find that space. As you exhale, just ease into that extended space you've found for yourself. Still practicing that victorious breath. And with each movement, each pose today, let's really focus on the exhale, just bringing an ease into the pose. So as you inhale, bring in the effort. As you exhale, just ease into it and see if that helps you deepen your pose. From here, we're going to come into a forward fold. So you can bend your knees as much as you need to. As you come forward, try to get that lower rib cage connecting to the thighs. Let the arms come forward. And then working with the body, inhale a little bit of effort. As you lengthen through the spine, exhale, easing into the stretch. 3 more breaths here. And then drawing yourself back up to sit upright, bending the knees. Let those feet go to either side of the mat. As you draw up into your squat, taking your, hopefully more balanced than mine, your version of squat, wherever that is, anywhere on the spectrum, up here, all the way to down here, whatever works for you. Working with that body. Find the pose. Press those elbows against the knees, knees against the elbows to make it nice and dynamic in the pose. Lengthen through the spine. Inhale, find that length. Exhale, soften and ease into the pose. 2 more breaths. And then bringing those hands down onto the mat. I'm going to make our way up into a standing forward fold. So rising up. Let's bring the toes together, heels a little bit apart. And then deepening into the fold. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Listen to your body. And again, using the breath to help us. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen the fold. From here, bending the knees, lowering the hips, keeping those knees behind the toes. And then let's draw the arms and torso up as we let the legs stay still to come into our chair pose. Taking 3 breaths here, engaging that core as you exhale. But the rest of your body can be nicely eased with that exhale. And then coming all the way up to stand, bring those arms down by your sides, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, equal weight on both feet, and that weight evenly distributed across the ball and heel of the foot. Close the eyes, soften the mind. Exhale and allow the body to ease. And from here, let's take it to the long side of the mat. Opening those legs out nice and wide, maybe 3 hip widths apart. We're going to come into a forward fold here. So again, lengthen through the body as we lower ourselves down into our fold. Bringing those hands down onto the mat. And breathing into it. Maybe walk those hands backwards as you deepen the fold. One more breath here. And then walking the hands forward, let's rotate that right foot so it's pointing to the top of the mat. Turn the left foot in and draw ourselves into a triangle. Finding that straight line from the tips of the right fingers to the tips of the left fingers. So we've got a nice aligned shoulders, gazing upwards. One more breath here. And then looking at this raised arm, the left arm, we're going to draw the left arm down and raise the torso as we do. So we come to standing upright and let's just swap the feet. So now we're facing to the left. Let's reach forward and come into a triangle on this side. One more breath here. And again, following the right arm with your gaze as you draw back to upright, both feet facing the front, bringing the hands onto the hips. We'll heel toe those feet to hip width apart and take it to the top of the mat. Good. From here, again, just check in with the feet. And let's raise those arms up, palms together, raise the gaze and take a breath. Sweeping the arms out to the side, forward fold. Remember, as you make your way into the pose, inhale, a little bit of effort, exhale, ease into the pose. And lengthen the spine. And forward fold again. And let's step that right leg back for our low lunge. Rising up. Arms coming past the ears. We're going to take 3 breaths here. So as you inhale, find length in the body. Making sure this right knee is extended so you feel that stretch on the quad. And then bringing the hands down either side of the foot, we're going to come into a runner's lunge. So curling the toes, raise the knee, looking forward. Nice length in the body here. Two more breaths. And now we're going to rise up into a high lunge. So drawing up the torso and the arms. One more breath here. And then lowering that right knee down for your low lunge. One breath here. And let's take it through to our plank. Shoulders over wrists, softness in the elbows. One more breath. And then we're going to lower ourselves down onto the mat, either through your knees
feet, chest and belly, or lowering yourself down nice and slowly, coming to lie with the forehead on the mat. And then as you inhale, raising up the forehead and chest. And push on up through here, adjusting the hands, curling the toes, making your way into downward dog nice and slowly. Pedal your way in. And come to your point of stillness. One more breath here. And let's stretch that right leg out behind us and step it through for our low lunge. 3 breaths. Keeping a softness in the shoulders. Ensuring those arms are running up past the ears. And then from here, bringing the hands down, we're taking it into our runner's lunge. So onto the toes of that back foot, looking forward, keeping that right knee over the right ankle, pressing the foot into the mat. And then rising up to your high lunge. And lowering the knee down for your low lunge. 1 breath. And then let's step it up to our forward fold. And bending the knees, coming all the way up, drawing those hands together, raise the gaze. Sweeping down to forward fold. And lengthen through the spine. And forward fold. And let's step the left leg back, rising up to low lunge. Just getting the pose right first, so arms up past the ears, knee over the ankle, set yourself up. And then let's take 3 breaths. Inhaling, lengthening the body, exhaling, easing into the pose. And then flowing through to your runner's lunge. And taking it into your high lunge. Arms up past the ears again. Lowering the knee down for your low lunge. 1 breath here. And through to your plank for 3 breaths. Pressing away from the mat, keeping it nice and active here. and lowering yourself down onto your mat. Drawing up to your baby snake. And pushing on up into downward dog. 3 breaths here. Let's stretch that left leg out behind us and step it through for our low lunge. And into runner's lunge. Using that great strengthening exercise for the legs as we rise up to our high lunge. And then lowering the knee down to come into our low lunge for a breath. And stepping it up to forward fold. Bending those knees, coming all the way up to the top of the mat, bringing those hands into prayer at the chest. Feet hip width apart, standing up tall. Shifting the weight into that right leg. Let's draw that left leg up onto the calf or the thigh. Finding stillness here. Keeping the knee at a right angle. And releasing that left foot down as we take that to the other side, getting that right foot at the right angle to start with, so the knee is in the right position, and then drawing it up onto the calf or the thigh. Engaging the core as you exhale. Finding ease in the body in this balance. One more breath here. And letting that right foot come down beside the left. Feet hip width apart. We're going to run through the sun salute quite a bit quicker this time. Putting those moves in the middle, so it's low lunge to runner's lunge to high lunge to low lunge. So we'll drop them in, but we'll just do one breath with each of the poses all the way through the sun salute. So raising the arms up, raise the gaze, take a breath. Every exhale bringing ease, forward fold. And lengthening the spine or halfway lift. And forward fold. Stepping the right leg back. Making your way into your low lunge, taking a breath. And runner's lunge for a breath. through to your high lunge. Lowering the knee. And taking it into your plank, just for one breath. Making your way down onto your mat, your way. And drawing up to your baby cobra. Pushing on through to downward dog, taking a breath. Raising the right leg up. Let's step it through for low lunge. And runner's lunge. Next up is high lunge. And lowering the knee for low lunge again. And stepping it up to your forward fold. Coming all the way up. Palms together over the head, raise the gaze. Through to forward fold. And halfway lift or lengthen spine. Forward fold. Let's step the left leg back for low lunge. And taking it into your runner's lunge. Rising up. Low lunge once more. And plank for one breath. Bringing yourself down onto your mat. And drawing up. As we push through to our downward dog, taking a breath here. And stretching the left leg behind you, stepping it through. Low lunge. And runner's lunge. Drawing up to your high lunge. And lowering the knee. And let's take it through to our forward fold. And bending the knees, coming all the way up. Let's bring those hands down into prayer at the chest. Taking a breath. Good. And from here, hinging at the hips, to come momentarily into a forward fold as we then make our way down onto the mat to come and sit with your legs out in front of you once more in your staff pose, sitting up tall. One more breath here. And from here, we're going to make our way into a half pigeon pose. So bend this right knee, bringing the right foot to the left thigh. And then we're going to just draw that left thigh behind us and rise up into our half pigeon. Two more breaths here. And then lowering yourself down to sit once more in your staff pose, both legs out in front. Finding that length as you sit here, engaging the core. Let's take that half pigeon to the other side. So drawing that left foot first into the right thigh, and then just draw that right leg behind you and make your way up. So your right leg is straight out behind you. Two more breaths here. And then once again, making your way back to sit in your staff pose. And from here, bending the knees, we're going to hold on to the toes of the feet, finding your point of balance, and then let's raise those legs up, opening them out, lengthening the legs, lengthen through the spine, find your balance. Let the core help you as you exhale. Two more breaths here. And then drawing those legs together. Drawing the shoulders down, away from the ears. One more breath. And then lowering the feet down onto the mat, extending that right leg out, flexing the toes as you step the left leg across that right leg. Let's take a twist here, using the arm against the leg to just add a little bit of depth to the twist. And coming back to center, straightening out that left leg, let the body settle for a breath. And let's take it to the other side, stepping that right leg over the left, using the arm to help with the twist. One more breath here. And coming all the way back to center, letting the legs come out long, sitting up tall, taking a breath. Bending the knees, then lower yourself down onto your mat. Let the legs come out long, stretch the arms out behind you for a lovely full body stretch. Taking 3 breaths here, just easing the body with each exhale. And then rolling over onto your belly. So we're lying out again in a nice full body stretch. Arms out in front of you, forehead on the mat. One more breath here. And then bringing those arms down by your side, we're going to just draw up the chest and forehead. Keep the arms pointed backwards. One more breath here. And then lowering the forehead and chest down. We're going to take it into a full locust. So raising up the legs and the chest and forehead and arms, everything up. And let's lift it up. Taking 2 more breaths here. Great strengthening for the muscles on your back. And your legs as you lower down. And let's see if that quad work earlier has helped to bring a little bit more elasticity into your quads. So bending both knees, and see, can you hold on to your feet? If you can't reach them, maybe use a belt or a strap around your feet. And we're going to lift up into a bow pose. So we'll just hold it for a breath and come down, and then we'll do that 3 times. Just holding for 1 breath each time. So raising up the forehead and chest and legs. Taking a breath. And lowering down. Taking a breath down here. Easing the body. And lifting up for a breath. And lowering down for a breath. Letting the body ease. And once more, drawing up into your bow pose. And bringing it down. Let the legs come out long. Hands either side of the chest. We're going to press up into a full cobra. So elbows in by your side. First of all, drawing the chest and forehead away, then activating those hands as you push on up into a nice full cobra. One more breath here. And then drawing up to a tabletop
And let's do a couple of cat-cows to just ease out the spine after all that back bend. So inhaling to your cow, exhaling through to your cat. Exaggerating the movement. Taking in any other movement you feel like here, maybe with the hips and the shoulders. Just going with the flow of your body. Helping it to ease out after all that stretching and strengthening. And then when you're ready, let's make our way down onto the mat. Lying down with the knees bent. Bringing those arms into a T. If you have the space, let the knees go to the left and then stretch the legs out long. Only if you have the space. If not, just keep the knees bent and turn the gaze to the right. One more breath here. And let's take it over to the other side. One more breath here. Giving the body the chance to totally ease. And coming back to the center, hugging those knees into the chest. And taking a little rock from side to side if you like, or stillness, whatever you prefer. Taking 2 more breaths here. And when you're ready, let those legs come out long. And the feet flop out to the side. Hands down by your sides with your palms facing upwards. And let that wave of ease come over you. As you let go your toes, the soles of your feet. Letting go the tops of your feet. Your heels and ankles. letting go your calves and your shins, your knees, front and back, your thighs, front and back, the whole of your legs, just let them go. Letting go your glutes, your pelvis, the whole back of your body, back of your rib cage, shoulder blades. Letting go the front of your body, chest and shoulders. Letting go your armpits, upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, backs of your hands, the palms of your hands and your fingers. Letting go the back of your head, the crown of your head, your forehead, eyebrows, eyes, cheeks, jaw, chin, lips, and tongue. The whole of your body, just let it go. And identifying something or someone that you're feeling particularly grateful for today. And let your heart fill with that gratitude. And then letting your attention go to your breath. Inhaling through your nose, filling your belly, pause. And then exhaling through your nose. Each breath just deepening that connection with your inner self. And as you lie here breathing, notice that each breath adds a little weight to you. Notice yourself becoming heavier and heavier. Your arms and hands becoming heavy. Your legs and feet. Every breath adding more weight. So heavy that you can't lift your limbs away from the mat. And then change. Begin to feel lightness come. Every breath just adding lightness. Feeling the whole body lighten, the limbs lighten, everything lighten. Every breath adding to that lightness, feeling like a feather, light, floating. Filled with lightness. And spend a few moments here.